Joe Max Higgins, CEO, Golden Triangle Development, a guy who intravenously takes Red Bull before breakfast. How you doing, sir?
I'm good.
We were just joking about that, but I'm not too sure that's not true.
Spark.
Just to get the morning spark going.
No, it's a energy drink called Spark.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that legal?
Yeah.
Is it over the counter?
You got to get it. Drew Brees is one of their spokesmen.
And it's called SPARK?
It's called by Advocare.
Oh.
About 3 a day.
Well, now you got me on the wrong line of question. Yeah. No, I just want to know, how much caffeine's in that thing?
About a little bit more than coffee, but it's got some vitamins and some other stuff.
So in other words, it's kind of a health drink with a little kick of caffeine.
Yeah.
I got you. Doesn't make your beard go gray, does it?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, tell me what's going on here now, because there are a lot of things happening, and nobody that we talk to ever says that if you're looking for the success of this entire Golden Triangle area, you've got your footprint. Joe Max Higgins has got his footprint on it, which is a tremendous compliment.
You know, I was thinking about this coming in this morning. You know, this airport, we're celebrating the airport, but this airport is probably the cornerstone for all this happening. And I started thinking this morning is, you know, Kenny Deal was the mayor of West Point. He's kind of the father of a lot of this stuff out here, this idea. That big dream has led us to being able to dream more, if that makes any sense. Yes. And I don't even want to talk about the projects. I want the airport being built. I don't think we would have the community out here if the airport wasn't here. I don't think we would have, obviously, the industries out in this area if the airport wasn't here. We've got 3 certified mega sites, 1 on the east side, 2 on the west side of the airport. And we chose for this airport to be the cornerstone of our major development stuff.
You've been doing this how long now?
I've been doing this in Mississippi for 18 and a half years.
That's right.
And I've been doing it for about 35 years in total.
What's changed since the pandemic itself?
Well, you know, first of all, everything's by Zoom. The site visits, when we have them, now we're back to normal now, largely back to normal. But when we had site visits, we would have to have storyboards with the maps. We would go out on the site, and everybody would stand out there, and I'd drop the tailgate of my truck, and we'd start selling. You know, and normally that's done in a boardroom and a PowerPoint. Sometimes we do it here if it's a real short timeline. But you know, I don't think people realize we put 4,000 acres under option during the height of the pandemic.
You put 4,000 acres under option.
Yeah. And
have they come to fruition? I mean, those are still on track?
No, yeah. And one of them's been announced, a solar farm in Clay County. And we had board meetings with the county. We had school board meetings with schools, economic development meetings, all on Zoom. I hired an attorney to go and get the signatures of the people on the hood of his truck. He would pull up in your driveway, hood of the truck. They would sign the option. He would notarize it, give them a copy, come and drop it in a box at our office, and we would come out and get it.
It cuts your entertainment dollars down some, but that's a heck of a way of doing things. But things now are back to normal for the most part.
Yeah, largely. We had a little hiccup yesterday. We were supposed to have a corporate group meet on a project face to face, and the parent company's from Germany, and they said we're not going to fly. So that got delayed.
Because of Omicron? And we'll have to see what happens with that. But as far as some of the things that are out in this park itself, and we were talking about the steel mill, and we were talking about how long we dickered with that and having to go through the legislative mandates and all of this stuff. But that thing has been a winner.
That is a winner, not counting the tenants that are co-located with it over there. You're looking across the way there at a $2 billion investment. That's the company's direct investment.
Joe and Joe Max Higgins, CEO of the Golden Triangle, the development, economic development. Joe, what has it changed since the 18 years you've been here? Or what the top 3 or 4 questions are from prospective clients? Is it the same thing? Nothing changes on that. What they want to know? What do you got? Here's what we need.
No, probably the biggest change over the last 18 and a half years is more labor, more workforce development stuff.
As the jobs become more sophisticated?
Yeah, I think that's a big part of it. And, in the olden days, it was dirt, water lines, sewer lines, roads, dirt, and the incentive package that goes with it. And, when the helicopter plant came, there's 125 people. You can find 125 people under the cushions on your couch. I mean, it's easy. But once you start rolling in a 500 here and 700 here and 800 here, and you're a small rural place,
yeah,
it gets tougher. That's why we did the communiversity, so we could just keep growing and training our own.
We did, for people who don't know that about the communiversity, we did a remote there, what was it, a couple of months ago, and it's just absolutely impressive.
Yeah.
Absolutely impressive. And it's turning out some employees who are well-trained when they hit the job.
Oh, yeah. And the existing employers are using them to upskill their people that they've got, too. So it helps us multiple ways.
I got to tell you, Joe, I was most impressed about the local businesses, the small businesses putting together that Forge organization.
I think almost all of those companies are a member of our what we call our trust. That's kind of like the Links Booster Club. They're energetic. They're go-getters. I think they've realized that if they don't do it, their companies may be in jeopardy of being able to keep and have people.
Yeah. And I'm a native-born Mississippi, and I think it's this way. We were talking to Lynn about it and also Mike about it. I think that competition from community to community is always there regardless of where you go. But we see things like this blossoming to success and where everybody can be proud of it as far as the growth and the job opportunities in different places of our state. I think the Gulf Coast is a perfect opportunity or to look at that schematic too, where you decide to work together. The Pull Alliance over in Tupelo as far as Blue Springs is concerned. When we have our communities deciding we can't do it by ourselves, we got to work together, things change. But that's got to be the hardest thing for you to make that sale.
Well, I didn't make the sale originally. I mean, how this all happened was we were Lowndes County. We were the Columbus-Lowndes County Development Link. And Clay County had to hit on some real bad times. I'm talking about some bad times, plant closures and all that. And Mayor Scott Ross and Robbie Robinson and others came to us and said, hey, what about us joining with y'all? And we talked about it, and we agreed to do it. And in short fashion, we got Yokohama, and then Starkville raised their hand and said, hey, what about us? And I wasn't the big regional guy in my early career. I wanted to tear everybody's face off, including the guy next door. And now you see the benefits of it. We got more resources. We got more qualified staff to work deals. It's hard to work 3 counties with 7 employees. That's all we have. But I think the state of Mississippi needs to look at it. And I think, I gave a speech in Madison a couple of years ago, and I identified about 6 areas in the state that I really thought would grow and that made sense for partnerships. It was the 6 coast counties. It was 3 counties around Hattiesburg, Tupelo, Oxford area, up near Memphis, those 3 or 4 counties, Tunica over to Marshall, and then obviously in the metro area, Madison, Hines, and Rankin, and it'd give the state a whole lot more horsepower if people would just realize and do that.
Do we have you guys have the availability of land here too? I mean, you're sitting pretty good as far as availability of land.
Oh yeah, we've got probably near 700-800 acres in West Point right now. We've got the mega site and the super park over here. Total, that's near 2,000. Still got some land in the old park, and then at Starkville, we've just opened a brand new 500-acre industrial park and got a tenant in there and a spec building under construction.